Hello everyone, I am Dr. Rani Kommidi, working as a contract lecturer in Government Degree College Autonomous Siddipeta, Department of Botany. Today we are discussing about the taxonomy topic, that is family, Fabaceae. It is related to first and second year students of botany. Fabaceae, it is called as the Papilionaceae or Papilionidae. The most important to it's called as the pea family and bean family also. As per Bentham Hooker classification, the class is Dicotyledons, subclass is Polypetalae, series is Calciflorae, order Rosalis, family Fabaceae. So this family is distributed all over the world and 426 genera, 12,150 species, tropical and temperate regions. In India level, 100 genera, 750 species are growing in the India. And AP, TS, Telangana state, 52 genera, 223 species are spread all over the Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. So, in this Astragalus, it is largest genus with 2000 species. In this Fabaceae family, Faba is the type genus of the family. So, the important plants of the Fabaceae, majority of the general we can called as the pea family. So, Arbus precatorius, this is called as the crab's eye. So, Arachis hyposia, groundnut, Cicer aratinum, Bengal gram, Cajanus cajan, red gram, Dolichos lablab, bean, Dolichos biflorus, horse gram, Glycine max, soya bean, Lathyrus odoratus, sweet pea, Lathyrus sativus, Indian pea, Pisum sativa, pea, Indigofera tinctoria, this is blue plant, Indigofera plant, and some of other plants also, the commercial plants, Pterocarpus santalinum, Dalbalgia latifolia, and Vinca, Trigonella phoenangricum, and Sesbania grandiflora, Siamopsis tetragonoloba. These are all included in this family. That's why this is the third largest family of the total taxonomy family. And the habit and habitat, we can see now habitat. So many of these family members are mesophytes, and Eschinomus, it is grown in swampy regions also. So most of the plants are annuals, and some of the Pongamia, Teprosia, Pterocarpus and Dalbalgia, these are all perennial plants. In habitat part, in this family most plants are the herbs, and just some of the plants are, very few are the trees. The trees are, example is the rosewood, red sanders, these are all grow as a tree. So the vegetative characters of the Fabaceae family. Now vegetative characters, first we can go for root part. Root is the majority, all are dicotyledonous plants. That's why the root system is the taproot system. So in this root part, the root nodules are present on the roots. So we can see here one of the plant is groundnut plant, Arachis hyposia. So in this the root nodules are present on the roots. Rhizobium bacteria has the symbiotic association with the plants, and they can fix atmospheric nitrogen. Because of this association, many of the plants of this family are useful in crop rotation. So the bacteria and root nodule, they can associate with the symbiotically, they can benefit the both of them. So that's why the majority of Fabaceae plants have that root nodules. And next we can go to the stem. The stem part, generally stem is aerial part. Aerial, erect, branched, climber. Generally in Dolichos lablab, chikkudu has tendriller like in Lathyrus. They can grow as the tendriller like plant. So the surface of the stem is glabrous and pubescent. So that is the stem part. And next we can go through for leaf part. Generally in this family members, the leaf is stipulate. Leaf is stipulate, petiolate and alternate. So usually compound leaves in Crotalaria leaves are the simple. So Crotalaria leaves all are simple, and remaining plants are the generally they can compound leaflets. So stipules are linear and strips like indiges. In some stipules they are very large. So in some plants the foliar Pisum and Lathyrus. Pisum and Lathyrus plants containing that leaf is foliar. So generally in Lathyrus leaflets are modified into tendrils. Some of the plants they can consist the tendrils also. In Pisum sativum, upper and terminal leaf or leaves are the modified into tendrils. So this is the leaf modification also occur in this family. In Fabaceae, petiole is swollen and that is called the pulvinous leaf base. So majority the pulvinous leaf base is present in the Leguminosae family members, that is the Fabaceae and Mimosaceae, Caesalpinaceae. So these three subfamilies are having that pulvinous leaf base. So what is pulvinous leaf base? The petiole, generally petiole is swollen, just like swollen like structures, that is called the pulvinous leaf base. This is the characteristic feature of the Fabaceae family members. So this is the leaf part. And next we can go for the inflorescence. So inflorescence, generally the floral characters, flower characters are called as the inflorescence. In this family usually axillary or terminal racemose inflorescence is present. The best example, Crotalaria gentiana. In Crotalaria the leaf inflorescence is that racemose, and axillary or terminal racemose inflorescence is present. And the flower part is generally, we can see the slide, flowers are the bracteate, pedicellate, bracteolate and complete. So these flowers have that bisexual, generally bisexual, strongly zygomorphic. Present in inflorescence is flower part bracteate, pedicellate, bracteolate, complete, bisexual, strongly zygomorphic. And the petals and sepals, that is the pentamerous, cyclic and perigynous flowers are present in this Fabaceae family. So the main characteristic is papilionaceous corolla are present in the Fabaceae. Papilionaceous corolla, this is the very important characteristics of the family. Papilionaceous corolla are present in the Fabaceae family members. Next we can go for calyx. So calyx, in this calyx sepals are 5. So earlier we can tell that pentamerous, so that's why petals are 5, polypetalous, and generally valvate or imbricate estivation. In this calyx, valvate or imbricate estivation, odd sepal opposite to the bract or anterior side of the flower. So generally pentamerous అని చెప్పుకుంటాం, pentamerous, that's why the odd sepal opposite to the bract or anterior side of the flower. So next corolla. In corolla petals are 5, so polypetalous, and papilionaceous corolla is present. So corolla is called as the papilionaceous characteristic. So descendingly imbricate estivation is present in this corolla part. Descending imbricate estivation is presenting in the corolla part. Odd petal covering the below petals. Generally we can see the slide, yellow colorish. So 5 petals are present, papilionaceous characteristic, descending imbricate estivation, and odd petal covering the below petals is called descending arrangement. This is called as the downward or descending arrangement of the corolla. So the largest posterior petal, so upper side of the largest posterior petal is called standard petal. Upper side of the petal is standard petal, and we can call it as the vexillum also. Standard petal or vexillum. And next, below the lateral 2 hands like petals are called wing petals. So below the vexillum 2 petals are present. They are look like a wing like shape. So that's why this is called as the wing petals or alae. And the 2 petals at the anterior end, they are fused and boat shaped. Generally below petals are called as the keel petals. These 2 petals at the anterior end and they are fused, look like a boat shaped. That's why this is called as the keel petals or carina. So these keel petals encloses andrecium and gynoecium. This kind of corolla, it is called as the papilionaceous corolla. It is very characteristic feature of the Fabaceae family. Papilionaceous corolla is present in the inflorescence. Papilionaceous means the 5 petals present. Upper side is the called generally standard petal, and below the standard petal 2 wing like petals are present, that is wing petals are alae, and interior so this type of the corolla is called papilionaceous corolla. And next we can go for andrecium. In andrecium, generally stamens are 10. We can see the slide. 10 stamens are present. That is didelphous 9+1 arrangement. So stamens are 10. Didelphous 9+1 arrangement. 9 stamens in one bundle and 1 stamen in separate. So the filaments of the stamens fuses and forms a boat shaped staminal tube. But in Crotalaria, we can take that typification plant Crotalaria gentiana, but in Crotalaria stamens are monadelphous. So anther lobes are dithecous, basifixed and introse. So in andrecium part we can see the 10 stamens, 9 is 1 and another one is single. So 9+1 arrangement. That's why this is called as the didelphous. 9 stamens in one bundle and 1 stamen is separate. So the filaments of the stamens fuses and form a boat shaped staminal tube. So but in Crotalaria stamens are monadelphous, anther lobes are dithecous, basifixed and introse. This is the andrecium part. And next we can go for the gynoecium. So in gynoecium, unicarpellary, unilocular, inferior or half inferior ovary with ovules on marginal placentation. Generally gynoecium is unicarpellary, unilocular, inferior, and half inferior ovary with ovules on marginal placentation. Usually gynoecium has a short stalk, style long and curved, stigma simple and hairy. So this is the gynoecium part. So next we can go for the pollination. In this family, pollination is through insects. So pollination occurs through the insects. The pollination mechanism is called piston mechanism. Which mechanism? The pollination mechanism is called piston mechanism. And what is piston mechanism? Generally in the Fabaceae family members, the standard petal, large size of the petal is a big and brighty colored. So this is arranged in upper side of the place. So the standard petal is big and brighty colored. It attracts the insects. As the insect sit on the wing, the petals and try to take nectar. Generally, the insect sit on the wing petals and try to take nectar. They push the keel petal down. They push the keel petal down. Then the stigma and anther lobes touches the lower body of the insects. So usually the flowers in this family shows protandry. This is also important characteristics. Usually in Fabaceae family members, the flowers are shows the protandrous. So in this connection, andrecium matured first. So pollen attaches to the lower part of the insects, and when the insects visit another flower, the lower part of the insect touches the stigma and pollinates occurs. So as the insect fly away, wing petals and keel petals comes to the original condition. This method of pushing and coming backwards is called piston mechanism. So protandry prevents self-pollination in these flowers. Protandrous means the protandrous, it prevents the self-pollination in these flowers. So this is the pollination mechanism. And we can go through the fruit. So fruit is a legume. Generally we can see in the slide, the fruit is legume. One is Crotalaria, one is Tephrosia purpurea, and another one is the Arachis hyposia. Two type of the fruits are present in the slide. So fruit is a legume. In Arachis, after fertilization, gynophore elongate and pushes the embryo in the soil and form the fruit underground. So this method is called the geocarpy. In Arachis, the fruit is generally legume fruit. The after fertilization, gynophore elongates and pushes the embryo into the soil, and they can form the fruit underground. This method is geocarpy. And next, seed. So the seed is the dicotyledonous and non-endospermic seeds are present in the Fabaceae family member. And next, floral formula. So floral formula, we can see the type plant is Tephrosia purpurea. So in this bract, bear, a bracteole, and so this is the floral formula of the Tephrosia purpurea: bracteate, a bracteolate, and zygomorphic, bisexual, calyx is 5, and corona also 5, just 1 plus 2 plus 2. Papilionaceous corolla is present in the family, that's why corolla. So 1 plus 2 plus 1. 1 is the standard petal, 2 combines with form a wing petal, and another 2 is the generally keel petals. So 5 petals are present in corolla. And andrecium is didelphous, 9 plus 1 arrangement, 9 is form a bundle, and single one is separate. So andrecium is 9 plus 1, and gynoecium is the unicarpellary, unilocular, inferior. or half inferior ovary. So gynoecium is the one, that is the floral formula of the Tephrosia purpurea. And next, economic importance of the Fabaceae. So in economic importance, the members of this family are economically very valued. Economically very valuable plants are present in this family. Majorly pulses, and some are the vegetables, and some can consist of the timber yielding plants, and some are used as a fodder, and some can oil yielding plants. These are the major uses plants are present in this family. That's why it is very economically valuable family. So in pulses, generally cotyledons of the many plants, cotyledons of the many plants of this family are used as a pulses. These are rich in proteins. Example, red gram, Bengal gram, black gram, and green gram. So these are called as the pulses. It's very proteinous, rich in proteins. That's why it's in daily routine we can use that pulses also. And glycine marks, this is the soya bean. It is the highest protein containing plant. Soya bean is the highest protein containing plant in the plant kingdom. So that's why it can be called as the poor man's meat. So generally it's known as the poor man's meat. And some can plants we can use it as the vegetables also. Beans, cluster beans, French beans, cowpeas, these fruits are used as a vegetables. And Trigonella seeds, Trigonella phainangricum, the seeds are used in curries as a flavoring agent. So Trigonella leaves are used as a leafy vegetables also. So some plants are used as a vegetables. And next one is the timber yielding plant. So the rosewood, red sandals, these are all yields valuable timber also. And some can use it as the fodder. The Phaseolus trilobus and Trifolium medicago, these are all used as a fodder. In Crotalaria and arches, arches are also cultivated for fodder. Some plants, after extracting oil, the remaining cake of arachis and glycine marks are used as a cattle food also. So some plants are used as a fodder, and some can use it as the oil yielding plants. The seeds of arachis, groundnut, and soybean, glycine marks. These two plants yields edible oil. So groundnut cake also yield as a fiber called that is RD. Majorga seeds of arachis and seeds of glycine marks, these two type of plants are used yielding edible oil. And some can use it as a generally decorative articles. Abrus precatorius, crab's eye, these seeds are used in weighing gold and silver, and also used in making decorative articles. And Indigofera tinctoria, Indigofera yields a blue dye. So it is used in dyeing the cloths also. So Indigofera, blue color solvent, Indigofera yields a blue dye. So it is used in dyeing the cloths. And yellow color powder made of Butea monosperma, it's called as the flame of the forest, Butea monosperma also, regarding this family also. So yellow color powder, it can be made a generally Butea monosperma flowers is used in holy colors. So it is the natural color of the holy color. And some of the members of this family are used as a green manure, Sesbania and Tephrosia. These two plants are used as a green manure. And some can oil extracted from Pongamia seeds, Pongamia tinctorum. So Pongamia seeds is used in treating skin diseases, soap making. Nowadays the plant is popular as the biodiesel plant also. So Pongamia, it's biodiesel plants. So It's used as the treating of skin diseases, soap makings, and the seeds are used in various systems of the. So this is the family of Fabaceae. It's called as the pea family, or generally Papilionaceous family, Papilionidae, pulses family also we can call that, different names of the Fabaceae. Thank you very much.